Hello and welcome to the squat warm-up, the essential video for preparing for your squats to enhance your performance, so enjoy. First things first is we're going to take the assisted squat. You want to take a big strong TheraBand and wrap it around the side of the squat rack. Be slow in your descent and use the band as a guide so that you can get deeper mobility. Try and get your bottom touching your ankles. Keep your knees wide and prevent them from dropping in towards the midline of the body on your ascent. From the side you can see how important it is to keep your chest up at the bottom of the squat. This is just the same as when performing any back squat or front squat position. And so this exercise is perfect for creating that mobility in your hips and within your thoracic spine and allowing you to get a good, comfortable positioning. As you get better, you should rely less and less on the band whilst performing the squat. Run through this about 10 to 12 times until you feel nice and warm and comfortable and loose. Next is the Romanian Deadlift. You can practice this with or without a band, and it is to practice the hip hinge movement. You want to stand tall with soft knees, and then bracing in the trunk, you want to push your hips backwards without bending your knees and take your chest towards the floor. Return to standing by driving your hips forward. It's sometimes helpful to perform this exercise in front of a mirror to ensure you're getting that tabletop position. Perform this about 10 to 12 times to help warm up the hamstrings. Next is open and close the gate, which helps to lubricate the hip joints. Standing tall on your supporting leg, you want to take your other leg and knee nice and high, opening it and creating a semicircle. Try and keep your standing leg as still as possible on this, so you're not swinging around. Make sure you perform this about 8 to 10 times on each leg. Next is the squat to straight leg. And the first time I did this, I thought it was horrendous, but I actually love it now. Really great warm up for the hamstrings and the hips. So you want to sit yourself in a normal squat position and then place your hands over the top of your feet. Keeping your hands in this position, you then want to slowly bring your bottom up towards the sky. Now everyone's flexibility is different, so don't worry too much if you can't fully extend your legs. This will come. So you then want to keep working from the squat to the standing position about 10 to 12 times. Next is the standing thoracic twist, which is really great for warming up the thoracic spine and just building a better mobility here. So you want to be bent in half at the hips. You can have soft knees depending on your flexibility, and then place your hands on the floor. Take one arm and reach up towards the sky, pulling through the fingertips. Your aim should be to stack one shoulder above the other. Look up towards your hand for an added stretch. Perform 5 to 6 good rotations on each side. This next exercise can feel a little funny. Sit in the squat position. You then want to curl your chest inwards towards the midline of your body and then straighten your shoulder blades out, keeping your chest nice and tall. Repeat this about 6 to 8 times. It can be challenging to get your balance, but do persist because it's a great one for warming up your spine. You then have Spiderman with Thoracic Twist, which is great for warming up the hip flexors, the shoulders and the spine. Snap your heel up underneath your shoulder, placing the heel firmly on the floor. You then want to twist with the same arm and reach up towards the sky. Smoothly return to the starting position and then repeat about 10 times on each side. Next we have inchworms. Place your hands on the floor and then gently and slowly walk your hands out in front of you, bringing your bottom and the rest of you down towards the floor into a plank position. Return to the starting position by walking your hands back up towards your feet. Don't worry if you can't completely bend in half, this will just come as your flexibility and mobility increases. As you're walking your hands down into the plank position, you want to be really careful that you control your hips from wobbling from side to side, but rather keep them in one straight line. After your 6th inchworm, you can then pause in the downward dog position. Tail should be up towards the sky, belly button taking it towards your thigh and heels pushing it towards the floor. When you're comfortable, you can then walk your feet, walking your legs nice and slowly at your own time. Hold this position for however long feels right for you. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths throughout the movement. To finish, we have the overhead squat. This is a position that many will struggle with, so it's very important to build it into your warm-up or to your training to ensure that you get this athletic positioning correct. This exercise transfers over to other lifts such as the snatch, the back squat, the front squat and the overhead press, so it's definitely a key one to utilise. To begin with, use a rod of doweling. Place this on your shoulders as you would a back squat and take your grip slightly wider than usual. Press the bar overhead and lock your elbows out. You should be standing feet flat in your normal squat position. When you're ready, bend your knees, ankles and hips and lower your body until your thighs are just parallel to the floor. Keep your chin up, eyes focused straight ahead and maintain a rigid, neutral spine whilst performing this movement. Pause at the bottom for a moment before returning to standing. The overhead squat is a very demanding exercise, but it's a great way to master your technique, so keep persisting.